everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. Matara is an indie English-speaking VTuber who used to be with VShojo. She had her start in VShojo, at least as Matara before she was Nina Kosaka of Nidisanji Ien. She graduated from there, went to VShojo, thought everything was going to be great, and then we found out what we found out about VShojo. And recently, I had talked about her because of what she said here. A lot of the industry knew the problem happening with VShojo. Talent were the last to find out. Some of them finding out as late as Masa's video. Some have some effing grace for us. Found out some crazy things tonight, and I just need to rehash this back up. And it says, you know, grateful to Andrea and Giga for doing all the things you did. Thank you. If it wasn't for you two, I'm sure I wouldn't have a career right now. And then over here it says, Li Sen says, people find out about the talents face of the company are the last to, that's the table. Basically, the talents are always the last to find out everything. And it's very true, especially in this case. The talents are always the last to find out. Usually other people find out first and they're able to scurry away. With everything I've been learning, I think the storm might just be starting. So really afraid of getting sued, but no effing longer. And what does the storm ensue right now? So far, the start of the storm is this. Phoebe-chan and Mint were one of the two that we know of that we have the actual full thing of about the, you know, the new, it was going to be something new for VShojo of the generation of idols. The last member we do know, but I do not mention them here because they are still kind of, you know, out there. They don't have their VTuber persona yet. They don't really want to be mentioned in this whole thing from what I understand. You guys, of course, let others know in the comments if you do want to let them know. That's perfectly fine. But the reason why I have Mint in here and Phoebe is because a manager from Phoebe did let the community know this. VShojo planned to pretend the pre-debut talents that everything was fine. Basically, they were just telling everybody, everything's fine, you guys are going to be showing up, we're going to have this thing all in the bag, it's going to be good, until revealing the truth about their financials a few days before the public. So basically, they let the group know officially a few days before the whole mouse thing happened. We were informed much sooner by good people in VShojo's ranks who didn't think it was morally okay to do that to them. So the reason why they knew that they weren't going to be one fully is because there were good people in VShojo who were like, nah, man, this isn't right. You're stringing these girls along. You're stringing them along for a long time. You shouldn't be doing this. So luckily, they knew a bit beforehand. At least the Phoebe's management did. Ultimately, it didn't matter since Iron Masa's video blindsided everyone in the talent side and the staff side. But the fact that the company knew they were nosediving, yet actively wanted everyone to pretend the debuts were still going on, sickens me. We wasted many hours. PFUFO, one of the Beasties generation says, it really be like that. It really is sad that something like this happened. Of course, they don't know what Matara knows, because Matara might know about something else. But also, we have the final part that I wanted to put out here of Mint Phantom. Made Mint. I remember being told first out of two members of the Idol Gen about the situation. It truly was things are fine until one day very much wasn't. And being told that the other people advised our managers to not tell us anything about the situation literally made me sick to my stomach. For what reason? To try and delay the inevitable, maybe? It still doesn't make sense to me because I want to believe it's not something so cruel like them using us to try to scrape the last dollar that they can. And they did. We saw that. Someone was trying to buy VShojo and they tried to use, you know, the Idol generations and other generations coming through to try to get more funding. Still so thankful to the good people who fought for us within the company and helped us out so much with everything. I don't talk so much about the situation because I'm ready to move on. Sometimes the stress and frustration of it all comes back to me in waves. Even when I first heard the news, I couldn't process it enough to be upset. I think about it how I'm still doing okay right now and how much more horribly the actual other VShojo members were treated. So how could I continue to be upset about it? All I had lost was just my dream. That's still a painful thing. It's still okay to feel sad about that. Holy moly, it's still okay to feel sad about that. At sponsorships, ambassadorships, and even record label lined up. Talks between companies I had only ever imagined working with. Literally everything that I could have ever wanted was being worked on. And then one day, it was all gone. This will probably be the last time I'll talk about this. I have fun things I'm looking forward to in the future as well. I'm also not sure what Matara learned, so please don't ask. I'm just ready for this hell of a year to be over and for me to regain some of my motivation back. Let's keep fighting towards our dreams together. So yeah, this is, again, reinforcing how much pain Gunrun, specifically, and the upper management of VShojo caused. Not the talents, not the low-level managers, because a lot of the low-level managers, a lot of the direct talent managers left with their talents, with, you know, Matara, with, you know, Iron Mouse, others. A lot of them kept their talent managers because the talent managers were doing the best that they could with them. But VShojo upper management was really screwing people over. That's what ticks me off. That's the injustice here. The fact that they were stringing so many people along, everybody in VShojo along, and luckily there were some good souls inside of VShojo that were like, nah, dude, this isn't right. We got to tell them, and told them. I'm glad that at least that happened. But it sucks that this keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Bao the Whale is a virtual YouTuber, VTuber. She's a pretty big VTuber, female English-speaking VTuber, that has, well, gotten a bit of drama recently. Beyond the Cinder stuff, she's gotten into a bit of drama herself. It started, it seems like a lot of it, due to this statement here that started about, you know, if you're an up-and-coming female content creator and you see a larger male content creator that is giving you like a lot of praise, etc., run. Don't rock, run, which seemed to cause a lot of people to be like, wow, that is a kind of really male-hating thing to say. And then this came out, which was, of course, luckily other people took a look at it. And we're taking a look at specifically is this statement here, which says we should, you can see what it says there. This person was very extreme in what they said. And it says, there's no way people are falling over this being an actual account. This is clear in all, and Bao is clearly displaying a false narrative. The reason why they're saying this is that apparently this guy was a, like this person says here, see, I was right, absolute nobody burner account, proves my point, just ignore it, has no activity, and men in droves were shutting them down. But see, meanwhile, ignoring, she literally liked the man versus bear BS and tons of that all men BS on this site. So here we go. This was the one that created it. They literally freaking just had nothing. They've had nothing. They've really done much of nothing. And it says, I hope you seek self-awareness classes because clearly you are lacking a lot in this regard. A lot of male VTubers came out there and were like, dude, dumbasses like you are the reason why people hate on men unreasonably. Saying you're going to blank them doesn't solve any issues. Type this from your main account next time. I want to see what kind of joke you are. Couldn't post this on the main account. Had to use a no-nothing burner account. Loser. So yeah, people were really destroying them, as you can see here. Rightfully so. You should never say that type of stuff. But Bao, the issue was that Bao was using this as a gotcha. Bao was using this as like, see, this is why men shouldn't be trusted type of thing. At least that's the way it seemed like there with the O. Because people were like, oh, you're taking it too far. You're blaming men for a lot of things. And then she put this one out, which was basically saying, see, this is what I'm talking about, pointing to this random account. It's like, this is what I'm talking about. A tiny know-nothing is the one that's saying these things, but look, all men are bad type of thing. By the way, yes, the dude is an idiot, and it's right to decimate him. But this isn't the win Bao thinks it is. It's a pain in the ass thing. It started because she wanted to hop on the Emidu Mizkif, can't remember how to spell the name, easy train like her girlies, farm to farm clicks, and now this is the result. I wish the people would think before doing trendy, stupid stuff. Irony, Mizkif Emidu doesn't even fit Bao's criteria. She stated Emidu was much larger and more successful than Mizkif when they hooked up. Yes, Mizkif was trying to feed off of the laurels of Emidu. Emidu is still a larger creator than he is, always has been, and always will be, because the dude is a jerk. There's a funny angle here. By her own reasoning, she shouldn't have a problem with that statement unless she hates men or thinks it's okay to hate men. I literally saw that angle 20 minutes before I saw this. Why it's so slow sometimes? So yeah, by her own reasoning, she shouldn't really have a problem with this because unless she actually does dislike men or thinks it's okay to hate men. So yeah, that's an interesting angle there that I see here. And of course, thousands of reasonable comments disagreeing with Bao's takes. One schizo comment, guess which one Bao decides to reply to? Effing snake trying to amplify a false narrative. And yeah, that's what people are saying there. Of course, continuing with what someone else caught, you can find things on the other side if you want to. On both sides, there are people that are, oof, my God, doing horrible things. It's why women should legally be allowed to blank 3 men a year. And then again, I think Japanese women should be legally allowed to blank 3 men a month. and I should legally be allowed to blank M with my bare hands. And then it continues on there, whether it's a joke or not. If we can take what was said in the other one that Bao pushed out there as something as should never be said, this, even as a joke, should not be said. Both are correct. This is bad to say, just like what Bao pointed out was bad to say. The thing that the guy said pointed out was bad to say. And yes, if you search the internet for things, you're going to find bad things. Just like Bao searched the internet for that person and found that person, or someone did, they could do the same thing for the other side. That's what people are saying here. And I do agree with it. You can always find really horrible people out there. Really horrible people out there. And of course, he says, retweeted a burner account made 2 hours before, 0 followers, 0 following, and only replied to this post. False flag, that's what people are saying. Some people are thinking false flag, saying, it's clearly difficult for some of you to wrap your heads around, but tweets from a random burner account do not represent the thoughts and morals of every man. And yeah, that's the kind of thing. She fell off hard, only to watch some random clips. So yeah, people are saying this is kind of like the end of Bao, in the sense of the end of the positive era for Bao. I won't say that myself. The part with this drama where the cherry pick and obviously AstroTurf reply from a random account that just got created and has only participated in this drama so he can pretend that all men are evil, huh? So yeah. And of course, the account and everything, the original account, that is still there, but the post was removed, and rightfully so, as I said here. And of course, there are other people like this one here, who is Hentai Desuyo. Says, just so you know, Bao Vtuber, this will bite you in the butt pretty soon. This was on the 29th here. And it looks like this person could kind of tell the future, because she kept going further and further and further and diving deeper and deeper, it seems. And it has bitten her a little bit. Not as much as some people would like. I really don't want anything negative to happen about, to be honest with you. I don't want anything negative to happen to anybody. Just, Twitter is not your diary. Twitter is not a place where you should put every single thought you have. That's just what I think. The most power pups and grifters is so nothing different than the past 5 months. I already talked about this one before, where someone says, not happy for Twitter talking back. You are so triggered that Cinder responded and you couldn't hide it anymore. We all believed you were pulled into the trauma by accident. But now I have my doubts that it was. What this person is trying to say, I don't necessarily agree with it, but what this person is trying to say is, in this case, what he's trying to say is Bao, he or she, that Bao isn't as innocent and not wanting to be in the drama as people thought she was, because she keeps putting herself into drama recently. Like I said, it's up to you guys to decide. I'm trying to stay, to see the stuff that's pointed in front of me. I do always share my opinions a little bit here, but in this case, I will be more measured in what I say. And like I said before, the main takeaway here, the main takeaway for Bao and anyone else, Twitter is not your diary. Twitter should not be a place where you post everything, just like that other guy who posted that nasty, nasty stuff should not be allowed to be posting that kind of stuff. I'm glad that the post was removed, because that has no place in any kind of healthy discourse, whether it be Twitter or anywhere else. And real quick, for those who are wondering what the whole bear thingy was, how someone mentioned before in the video that I just did, the video section, about the whole people crying about the bear situation, about the whole bringing up the bear situation again. This person says, men that are crying about this are the same men that cry about us saying we choose the bear. And they're talking about the men that are crying, the quote-unquote men that are crying about the whole larger male creator thing happening. There's something that Yuki VT put out there, and Bao liked that, of course, because it continued what Bao wanted, at least the conversation that Bao wanted to continue have there. She liked it because, it was someone pretty much propping up what was going on. And same thing that happens with everybody. She's not the only one who does this. Anybody who props up what you say, verifies what you say, etc., you're going to like it as well. And this is the whole thing about the people feeling safer with a bear, according to way back in the day, it was something that happened, versus, like, it was something that was put on Twitter, versus being with men. And of course, you can say it's just a joke, but these jokes are being more and more put out there by popular creators. I just think it's not a good joke to put out there, and not a good conversation to have, seeing men as horrible people, all of them, and seeing them as a danger. Is an independent English language VTuber. She's an indie VTuber right now. She came out of a bad situation and is actually running and doing really, really well for herself. She is going to be doing something with Zandu. Zandu, for those who don't know, is a Utaite, Swedish YouTuber, makes music-related content, usually out of anime songs and Undertale music. That's where he started. And he later became Ike Eveland of Nijisanji Yen. I know this is quite a bit to know. Ike Eveland, Nijisanji En. And he graduated, we found out recently through something that I posted about, him responding, him reacting, and coming back and saying that he left that place because he was no longer comfortable. It damaged him in a way and he needed to get away from it. He put that out in a recent tweet. But we're not talking about that right now. What we're talking about, if you want to see that one, it is the video that I made on Sunday, November 2nd. That is a video that I have there. What we're talking about today is Dokibird is doing something that I'd never expected, but I could say as a fan of hers, I'm really proud of her for doing this. She is and has put on her schedule for Monday the 3rd that she's going to be having Fortnite Monday with Zandu. And she says here, this is her explanation of the whole thing. Today's stream might come as a surprise for a lot of people. Zandu reached out to me a few days ago and we privately reconnected. What this means to me is, if you remember, Ike Eveland was a part of the black screen stream, that really notorious stream with him, Illyra, and Vox. And it was against Selene, who Dokibird was when she was inside of Nijisanji, accusing her of things and all this kind of stuff, defending themselves, etc. He always seemed like he was the least comfortable of the three. His seemed very monotone. It seemed like he was reading from a script. I said it when it happened. He seemed like he was reading from a script. He did not seem comfortable in that one. So they reconnected. He probably apologized. He probably was like, you know what? I'm very sorry for what happened in the past. I never wanted to do that. That's not the type of person that I am, etc., etc. They had a talk, and I'm sure because of what's happening now, Doki, allowed him to come back into her friend group and did accept the apology. We had long, honest talk. He apologized for how things were back then. It meant a lot to me. So yeah, he actually officially apologized. He didn't know if he could come back to the public or if he could come back online after everything that happened, and that is completely understandable. I wanted to give him a calm and safe space to say hi again and show him that he is loved and to feel the support that is still here for him from those who care. This is huge. This shows the kind of big heart that Doki has. She is amazing. This is not a return stream or anything like that. It's just a gentle moment to spend time together. He will not have a POV on, but he wanted to say a few words and just be here for a little while. Please be kind and chat and let us enjoy this time together. This is the kind of person that Doki is, the kind of person that Zandu is, because he apologized for how things were. That's more than we could say for the other two involved in the black screen stream and anyone else who had hurt her. It is more than you could say about a lot of those people. That shows the kind of heart that Zandu has, Ike. That shows the kind of person that he is behind the scenes. It shows how kind-hearted he is, and yes, how he should be given another chance. Kurageu Roa, otherwise known as, when she was in Hololive, she was Murasaki Shion, but she is now a female Japanese indie VTuber compared to her being part of Hololive in the past. She debuted on 20th of July 2025. And she recently has had her birthday. Her birthday was on the 2nd of November. So this is coming a little bit later. A lot later, depending on when you're seeing it. But did want to show it. And of course, Saba, Sameko Saba, who we all know who she was, said, happy birthday, Roa. Saba, love you. Saba wife, cute. Happy birthday, Roa. Of course, a response to that one there. And here we go. We have the birthday celebrations.
チル雑談とかし放題演出細かいそうなんだよ
I think this is actually the more recent one, just chatting after her birthday.
かわいい動いてるんだよこれかわいいでしょ箱もかわいいんだよな
Oh, she has that. Oh, nice.
ちょっと捨てにくいよな普通に切り取ってさ置いときたいもんなこの縁とか切り取って
That's cool, actually.
切り取りたくねなんか
ASAP Energy looks like it has a collab with her, which is actually awesome. I mean, for her to have a collab that quickly, it's pretty cool.
この世に生まれた君が悪いから、
You might recognize her She's another indie VTuber who used to be in Hololive as well.
だってしょうがない。
嬉しい。来てくれ
本当に
て。
お誕生日よかった一緒に過ごせてこうやって。
ありがとう。
ねえみ
ル
んなとも
カのね
ね。
誕生日もね一緒に過ごしたもんね、だって
いやそうですよ。
頑張ってパワープレイライオン歌ったもんね。
Sakamata Chloe is an affiliate with Hololive still. So that's why I don't want to say who this person is, but yeah, Sakamata Chloe still is an affiliate with Hololive, and she started her own, I think it's Weather Planet, I think it's what it's called. I think it's what it's called, with her sister as well. So yeah, Weather Planet is their own thing there, and they did start something with their sister, and yeah, are having fun now. But they had a call in there.
あれ解決しようねこうだ。
More fun times there. A little bit of merch.
るかな。
Other things that she's planning to do. So it's very good. I'm very glad that she was able to have a good birthday. And of course, here is the actual birthday countdown that they had, and more just chatting, talking about other things that they're doing.
ラブの話するのなんかラブ。
And yeah, it's good. I'm glad that she was able to talk to friends. I'm glad that Saba is still connected with her. It's great to see that everything heals, everything goes well, everything is, even after they leave their organization, they can still have fun and they can still grow and have great collaborations as we saw before. Welcome back everybody to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up and coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this, as always, is to promote other VTubers and raise them up instead of, worrying about raising myself up. I raise others up because that's what you do in the VTuber community. So, today we're talking about Rekudo, who is a VTuber, an independent VTuber, a Rekudo Ashin Nephilim vampire, and art by, and also showing their mama, papa, all that kind of thing. Rekudo ASMR and Variety is their main thing. They have all their links as well. Let us take a look at something that they have done here. And here we have a clip of him. He says he needs to be filled with what? Oh goodness. Let's see what happens here.
My mind is empty, like me. I need to be filled. I need to be filled up with water, of course.
Of course, with water. Of course. Only with water. And Rekudo ASMR here, where they have, a lot of their ASMR stuff on YouTube. That is risky in and of itself, as we know, but I do hope everything goes well with that. They have their full-on ASMR stuff here, as you can see. They also have some of their live streams, their most recent live streams, all recorded here as well, which is very important, because if you don't do that, Twitch doesn't really keep a good anything on there. So thank you so much, Rekudo, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.